With this edition of the Hgp Sportscast, I'm Sean Embrach. Guyana made clean sweep in the first leg of the South American 10K held last weekend in neighboring Suriname. We have the details in this report. Guyana originally fielded a two-member team to represent Guyana. However, 5 members were accommodated to project Guyana's strength.
Guyana has sent primarily Cleveland Ford and Yulin Josiah Tanner to be our representative for the first leg. However, Ms. Andrea Foster, Mr. Cleveland Thomas, and Winston Messinger also has joined the Guyana team to be over there to represent Guyana to really and truly bring glory and honor to our country in the 10K running. The Surinamis have agreed to treat all of them as one team, providing all the hotel accommodation and meals to the athletes during their duration there. So we expect Guyana to really and truly do us proud, the athletes over there to do us proud.
And a proud Guyana they did made us. Ford captured the male open category first place on his way for a triple crown, while his namesake Thomas placed third.
The race went as expected. The Jamaican, that's green, he went out, and our task was to stay with him. We did so until the halfway mark, and then Thomas and Messinger drop off the pace a bit, and I held on and just sprinted towards, and it was a good race in there.
Yulin Josiah Tanner like Ford took first place in the female open and Young Foster second.
It felt great, it felt awesome to win as usual, and I just hope and continue winning.
Just hoping to finish the last couple 10Ks for the South American, the dawn legs. But it was a good race and my year was pretty good.
Guyana will host the second leg on Sunday, November 8th, 2015. Hudson tells of preparation for the major event.
Plans for the second leg are really and truly coming along quite nicely. As I said, we are not getting registration from the usual places, but from some unusual places. We're having more and more athletes are showing interest in this. And we only hope that come Sunday, the 8th of November, we have a really strong field to really and truly show how strong Cleveland can be, and given the kind of competition we know that he needs to showcase his skills.
Hudson said too that the government of Guyana, through the National Sports Commission, is on board with substantial financial assistance to make the event a true international event. The athletes will start on Carifesta Avenue in front of GTT, proceed east along the Rupert Craig Highway, turn at UG Road, head west along Rupert Craig to Kitty Public Road, south onto J.B. Singh Latchman Road, west into Thomas Land, and into the National Park for the finish at the Children's Monument. The Banks Bear Interministries and Cooperation Futsal Tournament will bring to life the sports hall on Wednesday for the final round of the group stage. Republic Bank and courts, along with Barbers Association, the media, Banks DIH and GGMC, are expected to set the atmosphere alight when the referees whistle songs for the commencement of the final group stage matches. Kickoff time is 7 p.m. Teams are encouraged to bring out their colleagues since a Banks Bear Prize for the largest contingent will be offered. Forestry Commission and Transport and Harbors Department are the two winners so far. Patrons are also encouraged to purchase a ticket for $500, and part of that proceeds will go to the Cancer Institute in the fight against breast cancer and raising awareness. Guyana 5-stage Tour Guyana, a huge success, marred only by the disqualification of Colombian Carlos Ospina, who declined a random drug test. The details. While congratulations were in order from the National Youth Director Trevor Williams for the successful runoff of the 5-stage cycle race, Williams reinforced the government's stand against doping in sports.
The government of Guyana is truly supportive of anti-doping measures to help to professionalize and make sport across Guyana very clean, very professional, and cycling is a part of that.
Sports is on the radar of the government to improve considerably.
Together, the generation of income, wealth for athletes and their families, social cohesion, and uniting everyone. Cycling in particular has a very distinct appeal to people of all stages, races, ages across Guyana. We can see a large demographic of persons are part of cycling. The government of Guyana stands with the National Sports Commission and the sponsors in making sports better in this country.
Colombian Carlos Ospina, riding for Team Coco, won overall but was later disqualified after he refused to take a random drug test, citing insanitary conditions and testing not being part of the rules upon sign-up. Doping Control Officer Dr. Karen Pilgrim refuted this, confirming that the athletes are in total control of their samples until it is sealed in bottles and cannot be mixed. 4 members of Ospina Team Coco, along with 4 random riders, took the test without fear. As such, Raul Leal, who came second, was adjudged the winner, Hamza Eastman second, Marlon Williams third, and Jamal John taking the junior category title. Cyclists were presented with their awards at a ceremony held at the National Cultural Center. The Upper Demerara Football Association, UDFA, kicked off their 10-team First Division League on Sunday at the Mackenzie Sports Club ground, with the Guyana Football Federation GFF handing over $1 million to the association to aid in the execution of the league. The participating teams are Amelia's Ward, Panthers, Melrock, Netrockers, Silver Shatters, and Ice Stars, Botafogo, Winners Connection, Top 10, Eagles United, and Blueberry Hill. This First Divisional tournament will be completed simultaneously with an Under-17 league, which the president of the UDFA, Sharma Solomon, stated was possible through the GFF Normalization Committee's contribution. Regal Stationery carted off a total of $1.4 million after their triumph in the 5th edition of the Guyana Softball Cup on Sunday last. Calvin Chapman with the details.
Regal Stationery fielded 2 teams in the Masters and Open categories of the tournament, and after 3 days of rigorous competition in the 42-game tournament, they came out victorious in both. The finals were played at the Demerara Cricket Club. Regal pocketed $800,000 for the Open category and the Masters $600,000. In the Open final, up against a team from New York, the foreigners made 119 batting first, and in the midst of Regal's chase, the organizers of the tournament had to call off the match and award Regal the winners. The match was adjudicated that way because of continuous and intolerable protests from the New York team due to a stumping decision that didn't go their way.
Down the leg side, appeal for stumping, and umpire Alpha Barker says, not out, and the wicketkeeper is very dramatic and animated as well. That's not what we expect in a final from a team.
At that time, Regal Masters were cruising on 65 for 2, with Richard Latif unbeaten on 40. In the Masters final competed earlier, Regal comfortably overhauled Floodlights 11 score of 161, with 6 wickets to spare as Eon Abel scored a masterclass 80 and Rudolph Barker 42.
And that concludes our sportscast. Now for a look at the weather.